You muted, man.
Sorry, guys. We're experiencing our normal technical difficulties we have every single week.
Yeah, now we hear you.
Welcome everybody to another episode for our Faithful Podcast. I'm Brian Ferrino, joined by me is my co-host Christian Dyer, and we have our guy Deon from Niner Gang Podcast. How we doing, fellas?
Oh, I'm tired.
Yeah, he look like he beat right now, man.
Very tired, dude.
Jesus,
I'm good, man. I'm good, man. Must have been a hell of a day at work, huh?
Oh, dude. I've been, 9-10 hour days for the last 3 days.
Damn.
I'm tired.
Oh, yeah, you worn out. Yeah.
Yeah. I just started my vacation today, so.
I don't know what that is. I don't get one of those. Dude, I'm going to the Rose Bowl next weekend, and I don't get any time off. I probably have to work half a day on Friday and then drive to California.
Oh, man.
You're going to drive to California?
Yeah, after work Friday.
And where do you live?
Utah.
Oh, shit. Okay, yeah. That's. I don't know how long of a drive that is, but
It's
I'm
about
pretty
9
sure.
hours.
Oh, hell. Nah, bro, I'd have had a day off doing that.
No, thank you.
It's worth going to Utah's first ever Rose Bowl appearance. It's definitely worth it.
There you go, man. Hey, look, we all got to support our squads no matter what we do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, and I actually am a part of it. That's my alma mater, so.
Oh, okay. Okay, there you go. Yeah, you got to go now. Yeah, you definitely got to.
Yeah, well, just real fast, if you guys are watching on Twitter, go over to our YouTube channel to chat with us because we cannot see your comments at all. So go ahead and go over to youtube.com/for our faithful podcast 49, and we can see your chats on there. But let's go ahead and start off, guys. What are your expectations for tomorrow night's game? It's a big one, so.
Man,
Christian, you want to go first?
Honestly, you don't want to know what I'm expecting.
Don't worry, Christian.
I don't buy into all the. I don't buy into all the hype in the freaking dude. They're trying to. It just now that the media is all the sports media is getting in it and like, oh, nobody wants to play the Niners. They're looking so good. I'm like, dude, that's when they're about to come up with a stinker tomorrow. I'm so freaking nervous that they're going to come out and play like freaking complete shit tomorrow because we're on the hype train now, and they're getting everybody's hopes up, and everybody's like, "Oh yeah, I'm so excited, we're gonna win this game," and then it's just gonna, nope.
Keep it a buck. You wanted the trap game is the Texans.
Oh, I agree. That's a trap, but there are all trap games left for me because we should win all three.
I thought last week was honestly.
Yeah, everybody thought the Falcons game was, but I knew that. Now here's the thing. Against the Falcons, we played a mediocre team, period. They're mediocre in every facet of the game. The defense was trash. Offense was trash.
Their offensive line is so bad.
There's nothing about them that truthfully scares you on paper. Now turn it around. Playing the Titans. Their offense doesn't scare you because there's no King Henry. There's no A.J. Brown. There's no Julio Jones.
They might be there, though.
Yeah,
possibly.
That's a might. And what are they really going to do?
Fair.
Like I don't see them being a real factor, and that's if they play, and that's a big if.
Plus, isn't their left side
of their
hurting right now?
Decimated.
Yeah, see that's scary for them, but I think this time we can make the plays against backups because we thought we were going to do that against Green Bay, and look where that got us.
Yeah, so let's start off honestly, guys. On a high note, let's start off with some positivity. Because Christian came in here, he's gonna be the bad cop tonight. I'm gonna be the fun police.
Dude, I just refuse to buy into the hype and get all excited just to be freaking have my heart torn out. It's not worth it.
While Christian is protecting his heart, he does not want it torn out and stomped and turned into shreds and destroyed in front of him. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open my heart. I'm going to put it all out on the table. You know why? Because the 49ers got 5 fucking Pro Bowlers, baby. 5 of them.
Let's go.
Trent Williams,
And some that deserve to be that did.
Kittle, Debo, and I forget who the fifth one is. Bosa.
Oh no, Bosa. Yeah.
We got 5 fucking Pro Bowlers, people, and that's the most out of the NFC West because ain't no other teams in the NFC West looking that fantastic where they need Pro Bowl, where they produce Pro Bowlers. You got to think about it like that. So we ball. We got 5 fucking Pro Bowlers. I was really banking on Laken Tomlinson getting in, and I voted it because he's been playing phenomenal all year.
Yeah.
But it's okay. You know, we all know what the Pro Bowl is. It's a popularity contest, so it's nothing new.
A fan shouldn't go. It should be like actual, like
players. Yeah. It should be a numbers and player type thing. But either way, the Pro Bowl is for us as fans. We vote. People don't vote. It is what it is. Everybody complained about Trent Williams. He ain't had no votes. Next thing you know, after the complaint, exactly. There we go. Look at that picture right there, baby. You got the best wide receiver in the game. You got the best left tackle in the game. You got the best defensive end in the game. You have the best fullback in the game, and you have the best tight end in the game. At least the best blocking tight end. I know there's a lot of people that say that they're better receiving tight ends.
Well, he's the best all-around tight end.
He's the best all-around tight end.
He can do everything Kelsey can do, but then he can also do everything that Kelsey's freaking brother, who's a center, can do.
Yeah. So, hey, man, we are very happy with these 5 Pro Bowlers that we currently have on the roster. And, you know, these dudes have been showing up and showing out for us. And when you look at these past few games, all of these dudes have made an impact in some way. Mm-hmm. We wouldn't have won these games without Debo. We wouldn't win them without Trent, the silverback. We wouldn't win them without the smaller bear, Nick Bosa. And, you know what I'm saying? We definitely wouldn't win it without the blocking of Juice. We definitely wouldn't win it without the blocking and the receiving of George Kittle.
Yep.
He's been balling. So all of those dudes deserve the Pro Bowl votes. Hats off to them. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate them for being as great as they are and helping us win games. And, you know, for me, that's the way that we start to show off with being proud that we're 49er fans. We got 5 dudes in the Pro Bowl. That's a beautiful thing for us as 49er fans. We're hoping that they don't play in the Pro Bowl because we want to be in the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
So it's catch-22.
Slow down there, Deon.
No, I didn't know. All I said was we're hoping. I didn't say that. Look, man, I told you I'm opening the show with an open heart here, but
yeah,
hey, you want to be closed up, you want to put your little wall up, and we got to chip away at it. Get in there to your heart there.
To be fair, it's not even that I'm being negative. It's that I'm being realistic because Jimmy G's our quarterback.
Hey, but in all fairness, he looked pretty good last week.
This is what I'll say about Jimmy. Okay, Jimmy is inconsistently inconsistent. He's consistently inconsistent. It's very simple, man. At the end of the day, it's Jimmy gives you pedestrian numbers, but the key is just don't fuck it up. That's all we ask him not to do. Just don't screw it up. And what does Jimmy not do? He doesn't screw it up. So you take it with a grain of salt. You know you're not getting a quarterback that you can put the game on his back, but you're getting a quarterback that you can say, just don't screw it up, man. Just don't do that.
That's what worries me about the playoffs is because the corners are so terrible.
Yeah. Hey, Christian, you are like choppy. You are super choppy, bro.
I'm choppy.
Oh, he's good on my end.
Moving a little slow.
Huh.
So,
hey, so I was gonna say, as long as our front line on defense gets to the quarterback, we shouldn't be too worried about our D-backs, because you saw last week where the front line was getting to Matt Ryan a lot, and you didn't really see the receivers like performing like they usually do. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And Cordell Patterson too. He was nowhere to be found either. So, I mean,
hey, look, Cordell Patterson.
You spelled my name right, Fat.
He got shut down. Even you two.
You two say get out of here with that negativity.
I-A-N, bro. I-A-N, not E-N.
Hey, give him a break.
Hey, man, look. This game is gonna be marred by different things because as I stated, we played the Falcons both sides of the ball, just crap, just trash. Here's the difference. When we play the Titans, it's going to be a shitty offense versus a great defense. That's our issue. And we have a wonderful defensive line, and their linebackers are flat out disgusting.
That's because
they destroy the run game. They destroy the run game. They're second.
They are very good. They are number 2 in the league versus the run. Mm-hmm. So the hard part for us is, when you look at it, oh wait, wow, Hung Fat out here. Hey, Hung Fat's
calling you out, man.
Hung Fat is savage boy.
I'm just not going to get into it. It's not working. I don't have.
Anyways,
he's just taking a shot because he knows I'm too damn tired to fight with him right now.
Yeah. Now here's the thing. Here's something that I keyed in on that you guys can see as well. If you notice, in the last 4 games, the Titans are 1-4. They beat the Jaguars, the lovely Jaguars, who don't even have a head coach. They just have an interim guy at the moment. So at the end of the day, you know what happened in their games where they lost? Every time they lost, they only scored 13 points. So all we need to do is just allow them to score 13 points, and we score more than that, we'll win the game. Hold them to 13. Let them get to that point. I'll give you a touchdown, 2 field goals, plus your extra point.
Yeah.
And all we got to do is score more than that, we win the game. The other thing that I noticed is what people forget, is they looked all right when they were rushing for a little bit, but they still are nowhere near as good as we are running the ball from an offensive standpoint. And plus, they have a 2-headed monster between Hilliard and they've got another guy over there.
If Kyle Shanahan had Derrick Henry, then the season would be over. We win.
No, it wouldn't. Because you got to remember one thing with Derrick Henry. You don't use Derrick Henry the same way Kyle Shanahan uses his backs. Kyle Shanahan likes his backs to run and catch. Derrick Henry is not a catch out the backfield.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not to say that he can't do it. It's just not a strength.
Just imagine having a runner like that, though, dude. In this type of scheme. Oh God, he would kill people. But Henry's more of a north to south runner, and Shanahan's system is more east and west. So that's true.
He has moments where he'll run up the gut, but most of the time he's got you stretching out. And Henry doesn't bend corners like that. More so if he gets out to an edge and he's already at full speed, you're just not going to catch him. That's a load of a human being to stop. And once he gets moving, he actually does have the speed to, kick the afterburners in and they could go off. But
he's like Bo Jackson and Barry Sanders put together.
Yeah. So in two of the losses for the Titans, they rushed for over 200 yards as a team, and in all of the losses, they've only scored 13 points. So if we just give them 200 yards rushing and 13 points, there's a win. Mm-hmm. And when you look at the rushing, what kills me is Tannehill has 7 touchdowns rushing. So that's an extra dynamic that we have to account for, basically, with a partially mobile quarterback. Tannehill is not immobile, but 7 touchdowns rushing, averaging 5 yards a carry. Yeah, that means, says something.
Yeah.
So this game is going to be, something that we have to take a look at and be very mindful of. I don't believe Julio and AJ will play. And the reason being is because these dudes haven't practiced all season long. So I got so for us, Elijah Mitchell, Mo Hurst, Talanoa Hufanga, and Dre Greenlaw are out. Azeez Al-Shaair is questionable. For the Titans, Taylor Lewan, David Long, Laurel Murchison, Roger Saffold are all out. So that probably leaves Julio and AJ Brown as probably like game time decisions. but I doubt that they're going to play them if they're not ready, man. You know, the Titans do have a lot to play for because they are currently first in their division. So they hold one of those top 4 seeds. So they need to keep winning. Otherwise, they start losing their spots and they start dropping into wild card contention if they can't win their division. Currently, because they are they're in the AFC South. And the AFC South consists of the Texans, the Colts, the Jags, and the Titans. So their competition is the Colts.
The Colts.
We know the Texans and the Jags ain't doing shit.
Dude, the Colts are so built to win in the playoffs, though. That defense and that run game, oh my God.
I'm gonna tell you right now, they coming on super strong. And look, everybody said that Jonathan Taylor was gonna get shut down by Bill Belichick. That he doesn't believe that. And I'm gonna tell you right now, he ran all of them. We got some little trolls in the chat. These weird
I know. We got some spams,
oddball comments, and weirdos, man. But the Colts are they're vying for that division, man. Currently, right now, as it stands, for the AFC South, the Titans are 9-5, and the Colts are 8-6. So it's extremely conceivable that those two can flip positions depending on what happens. So right now, even if the Titans lose, they still wouldn't flip because they're 4-1 in division games and the Colts are 3-2. So it doesn't make a difference. They would hold their position because they have a better divisional record at this point right now. Let's go ahead and talk about one real quick thing. Some teams have been eliminated from the playoffs. No matter what they do, no matter how they finish, season's over. New York Jets, Houston Texans, Jacksonville Jaguars, Chicago Bears, Detroit Lions, and that's it so far. Everyone else has an outside shot at the playoffs. We're looking at
Seattle.
Wait, Seattle still has a chance?
No, Seattle
has not been eliminated. They're 5-9. So they're basically saying that Seattle can sneak into the playoffs at 8-9.
They're good at that. They did that. They did that under 500 record. The Beastquake, remember? That was the Beastquake year.
Yeah. So you got a couple teams eliminated. So with that being said, let's slide off on a side note here. With the Jags, the Jets, the Texans, all pretty much eliminated, along with the Bears and the Lions. Now we're looking at the top of the NFL draft. So we all know these dudes are going to be in the top 10. They're picking in the top 10.
Not a lot of talent this year.
No. But this year, probably going to see defensive guy or an offensive lineman drafted first overall. There's just not a quarterback out there right now.
It's all defense.
There's some
D-linemen and some linebackers. Like Utah's linebacker.
Now, what I can tell you is if we keep winning and we can at least make the second round of the playoffs, there is a quarterback that's on the market. And we have him.
That's a good point. To be fair, none of these teams scare me in the playoffs. That's the thing is like we can beat them all if we don't beat ourselves in a lot of ways, that's normally I think when we lose games.
That's what we beat ourselves.
But none of these teams scare me because who's scared of a beaten up, broken down Tampa Bay Buccaneers team right now? Nobody. They just lost Godwin, their best receiver. Leonard Fournette, who's been an absolute freaking monster.
He went down,
pulled hammy.
This is what we're looking at right now.
Nobody's scared of Dallas other than their defense. I'm not scared of the Rams. We can beat them again. Green Bay, we can beat them. They only beat us by a last-second field goal.
Yep.
And the Cardinals aren't going to beat us 3 times in a row.
Yeah, everybody in the play, and they have no D-Hop.
And we play better on the road, guys, by the way. So
yeah. So here's the thing. If we got to play the Cardinals, guys, I will be at that game. I'll be in the nosebleeds, but I'm gonna be at that game.
Because you live at I live in Phoenix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You live in
I could go
Phoenix,
to. I could go to. I could go over to my mother-in-law's house and be at the stadium in 20 minutes.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Nice.
It's that like it's easy.
Nice.
You know I won't get the kind of tickets I got before for a playoff game because it is a playoff game. But if we have to face Arizona, I'll be there, knotted out.
We'll win. Dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't expect to win the Super Bowl, but there's no reason we couldn't get a win or two in the playoffs because all these teams are beatable. Like, there's nobody good in the NFC. Well, there's nobody good in the NFL at all this year in general. There's some.
The only thing is for the playoffs, if and I always say if because I don't know, you never know what can happen. For the playoffs, I will say we got to have Emmanuel Mosley back. I understand every time it's learning and he's growing, but you don't have time for somebody to learn and grow in the playoffs. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if we go up against Aaron Rodgers and Devontae, they're going to cook Ambry Thomas like a goddamn turkey on Thanksgiving. They're going to bake that boy like some fresh fucking
actually, to be fair, playing Green Bay, even though it is Devontae Adams, actually plays into Thomas's favor. Because when you think about it, the reason Green Bay played so well offensively against us last time is they were 2 seconds balls out. Ambry Thomas is the kind of corner that can actually help with that, which we had no help with that last time because we don't have any other corners besides him that'll bump and run your ass. So the fact that Thomas is willing to go and freaking put his hands in Devontae Adams' chest, it's gonna be hard for Green Bay just to be getting the ball out every 2 seconds like they did last time. So our pass rush.
But the last couple of times, you got to put his hand in somebody's chest. He put them in their face, and
I know, but he's getting better. I'm just saying, like, even though it's Devontae Adams, Devontae is going to burn anybody. But to be fair, his best chance is probably against, using his jamming you at the line when you're trying to get the ball out fast, which I would assume the Green Bay would try to do again against us. Because their offensive line. Their offensive line is still not that strong. So, and as good as our pass rush has been these last few games, if they just keep going strong towards the end of the season, they're going to be tough to stop in the playoffs too. And it's going to play in our favor against Rodgers if he can't get the ball out fast. And, even if it's the rookie and he's the one guy that can go and jam the receivers at the line, that's going to play in our favor. I'm not saying he's going to do anything, but it still plays in our favor because Rodgers has to hold the ball longer. And you can't hold the ball too long against our defensive line.
You want that, but you got to just be mindful of where he's jamming because you don't want him to get penalties. And the same thing with Josh Norman. With the defense that we play is a cover, a cover zone scheme. We don't jam receivers. We don't play man. We usually
they're gonna have to adjust that if we want to beat Green Bay.
They haven't. They ain't done it all season long, and that's what scares me. Yeah, and it would make sense. Because if you see that, and and Rodgers wants to do the same thing, get the ball to Tay, then we're gonna have to make sure that we hold Tay up, and not allow him to make those plays because at the end of the day, it's just making sure that he has to go elsewhere or we have enough time to be able to get to him now.
To be fair, Rodgers has never beat us in the playoffs, and he always plays. We always beat him in the playoffs.
But that's because we run the ball right at the defense. Now, as long as Elijah Mitchell can be healthy, which I think is a good thing, just let Mitchell sit out this game. Let him get fully healthy. And then what you do is –
I was thinking. I'm kind of okay with it. And then Sermon can possibly play. So, hey, let Mitchell get healthy.
My thing is let him relax, let him get healthy, and unleash his ass on the fucking Texans.
Let him get healthy another week. Wait until unleash his ass against the Rams.
No. The thing with it is you want him to play against the Texans because you want him to get his feet wet again.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, I don't want him knocking rust off versus the Rams.
That's true.
It's not as if we don't run well against them, but I don't need him doing that. And
really think we can continue where we just don't lose to the Rams another game? Like I want to beat them, but I'm like, how long can we keep this up where we don't lose to them?
With the way we're looking right now, I feel like we can beat them again on the last week of the season. Like, I'm not too worried about that game. I don't know.
Honestly, if the Niners have like secured a spot, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't really play this.
And we see Trey Lance.
Yeah, like we see Trey Lance. Like we don't. I don't know.
I don't think so either.
Maybe not Trey Lance, but I mean, I just don't know because I don't see how we play all the starters if we secure a playoff spot. Like if you secure a playoff spot with the season we had after how we started, and you secure a playoff spot, and you have the last game, why play all the starters? And
momentum. Momentum and
that's fair. Momentum is
because you got to remember at the end of the day,
week, so momentum makes sense.
We're also not number 1 seed either, so we don't get a week off as well.
We have no time off. So what you'll do is you may give them an extra day. You might give some guys a vet day when it comes to practice or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You give them like those minimal small types of things. And they don't go full speed in practice. Mm-hmm. So what you do is you keep everybody in and you keep them playing because you want them to be ready. And you got to think about it. Say we rip this streak off, these next 3 games against the Titans, the Texans, and the Rams. We rip off a 3-game winning
streak. We finish 11-6, bro. I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna be I'm gonna be besides myself that after this ways of the season started, we finished.
But what I'm saying is, hypothetically speaking, say we win out these 3. You want to keep rolling with that.
That's true.
You want a team that's coming in because it's conceivable
that's going to make us the team nobody wants to play. Everybody's going to be afraid.
That's why we're being called a dark horse. It's conceivable the Cardinals could lose the rest of their games. They can lose to the Seahawks. You know why? It's a divisional game.
I know the chances of it happening are so, but I want a freaking like a deep playoff run so bad.
You know what?
Even if it's to the NFC Championship, dude, that makes Jimmy.
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. That's what I want. NFC Championship, and I honestly don't want us to.
I don't care about I don't care about the Super Bowl, but if we just make it to the NFC Championship, like I'll be happy.
I'd rather not win the NFC Championship because I can't take another Super Bowl loss, guys.
Right.
Let me tell you what it is. For me, I don't think if we win the NFC Championship game and go to the Super Bowl, I don't think we lose. I think what happens is. The reason I don't want us to win the Super Bowl this year is because I don't want Jimmy Garoppolo to be the quarterback winning. Because if they do that, then what's going to do is it's going to swing him favor with Jed York, with the front office, with the coaching staff, and then the people in the locker room will be like, "Yo, man, he did it. He won a Super Bowl. Why are you getting rid of him?" A Super Bowl quarterback has never been traded.
But
didn't
Nick Foles leave the year after he won?
Nick Foles was the backup, though.
That's fair.
He wasn't.
The whole point was to try to get the best trade value out of Jimmy, and if he freaking wins the Super Bowl, you're going to get 2 firsts, possibly 3.
You'll never. Let me tell you something. As much as we would all like for what you said to be true. It's not going to happen. Ain't nobody giving you 2
won't happen
for Jimmy Garoppolo. You may get a now. What will happen is if you want to get Jimmy after he wins the Super Bowl, if that was ever to happen and they were to trade him, you're going to give me a first-round pick. I'm not accepting anything less. The man just won the fucking Super Bowl. If you want a ring and you want him that bad, give me that first-round pick, goddammit. Might as well. Now, if I want more than 1 pick, I'm going to get a first and maybe a third, maybe even a fourth.
I'd say give me a first and a corner.
Like you have to figure out, who's going to bite, and then at the same time, how bad they're going to bite on it and what they're willing to give up.
Well,
it's the art of negotiation. In negotiation, when you're wanting something, you start high and you work your way down. It's like if I'm selling you a house and this house is technically only worth $2.5 million, I'm probably going to ask you for about 4. And I'll see if you can meet me in the middle so I can actually make some profit off of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's very simple. So with Jimmy, that's what we're doing. We're walking in saying, hey, look, man, the man took us to an NFC championship or he took us to a Super Bowl. That's worth the first round pick. Can't tell me it ain't. Why don't you go ahead and help us out? Give us that first round pick. We'll go ahead and give you the quarterback that you need to be able to get over the hump. There you go.
I wonder too, though, just if we make the playoffs, if we just see like fucking Madman Kyle again, where he's just fucking motion here, motion there, fucking all craziness, fucking just he just lets it fucking loose in the playoffs because he doesn't.
He's gonna run the ball like he did before. He'll probably run us into the playoffs if
But
he
you
can.
notice he's gone kind of light this year on the movement and the trickery. He does it, but it's not as intricate as it was like in 2019 in our run to the Super Bowl, where it was just like straight fucking chaos back there and defenses didn't know what to do. I'd love to see that if we get into the playoffs and like him just be like, all right, fuck it.
Yeah. So in this game, let's talk about it. Who's the better quarterback, Jimmy Garoppolo or Ryan Tannehill?
I feel like Ryan Tannehill is the Tannehill of the Dolphins right now.
Well, he's struggling. Because they're very similar quarterbacks. There's Tannehill, when he actually has some time to throw and some decent receivers, he's way more accurate. He can make all the throws that Jimmy can't.
Mm-hmm.
But they're both good where if the run game's really good, they're going to fucking carve your ass up with the freaking play action. But Tannehill might be a little bit better at carving you up with the play action.
I'm going to have to go with Brandon here. I'm going to say Jimmy Garoppolo. And I'm going to tell you exactly why. Jimmy Garoppolo is a better quarterback because Ryan Tannehill looks like Jameis Winston to a minor extent. He has 14 touchdowns and 14 fucking interceptions. Over the last 4 games, Ryan Tannehill has thrown 6 interceptions. Over the season, Ryan Tannehill has been sacked 41 times.
That's why I don't blame him.
Yeah, but that means that he is being sacked almost 3 times per game. So our defensive line should feast on that offensive line.
Oh, dude, Arden Key and Bosa about to just eat.
And at the same time, Ryan Tannehill, even though I say Jimmy has pedestrian numbers, Jimmy has never had a game where he's thrown under 100 yards. Ryan Tannehill just did that not too long ago.
Yeah,
that's true. For quarterbacks, I give the edge to Jimmy. Me and Brandon agree it's 2-1. Sorry, Christian, you lose.
It's just it's fair, but it's just because I guess at his worst, Tannehill's worse, but at their best, Tannehill's better.
Yes, and he is a little bit.
It's weird. We're comparing them at their worst and worst. So if you compare them at their best and best, I would take Tannehill.
That's understandable. And plus, Tannehill, like I said, he's got the 7 rushing touchdowns, so you know, you understand that much. So running backs, and we're talking about the guys that are here. We're not talking about
McNichols.
Say again?
Huh?
Don't they have McNichols or something, Tennessee?
No, they don't have McNichols. The Tennessee Titans currently are. Let me look at their running backs. I apologize. I will pull them up because we all know that King Henry is down.
Yep.
So
we'll go back to the playoffs, and then it'll be the Tennessee we thought
was
going to run through everybody.
That's a big if. Currently, their running backs are Deontay Foreman and Dontrell Hilliard. So Foreman is averaging 4.5 yards a carry, and Hilliard's averaging 6.7. Both of them only have Deontay Foreman has 1 touchdown, and Hilliard has 1 touchdown.
Yeah, but nobody's been running against us lately, so I'm not really worried too much.
So, speaking of the run game, let me ask you guys something. Do we see Kyle go with Jimmy throwing tomorrow, or are we going with the run? Even though Tennessee's defense,
you want to run the ball because they struggle to pass. So if you can control the clock and get some points, then you force Tennessee to pass, they're going to struggle.
Here's the thing. I would say you want to run the ball, but you want to be able to establish the run. Going up against the number 2 rush defense in the league. So they don't give up many rushing yards per game.
Yeah,
but
that's fair.
The issue is with us, if we can establish the run and get Jeff Wilson to get out there and boogie like he did the last game where he was getting nasty and setting that edge, then yes, we're good. But like I said, they got a ferocious front 7. With those linebackers and those defensive tackles and defensive ends, they're not to be played with, you know. So as far as the running backs and the run game, I'm going to have to give the edge to the 49ers. I feel that Jeff Wilson Jr. and if he plays Trey Sermon, will be a good match.
If he plays.
And I think that Hasty's time is wearing thin. Just because of what he did on special teams. He's been used very much in the run game.
Fair catch everything? Jesus Christ.
I know.
Yeah, if he can fair catch the goddamn ball.
Right.
But
dude, he can't even freaking catch the damn ball.
Yeah.
Dude, fucking.
So let's look at the wide receivers.
Well, I mean,
Why?
they'd probably win. They'd probably win if their guys were healthy, but because they're not, we win.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's agreed. Go ahead.
I think George Kittle.
We have the best yak receiver. We have the best yak receiver in the NFL. I don't care what anybody says. He's way better of a yak receiver than freaking Tyreek Hill. And we have the best route. Honestly, we have, if not the best route running X receiver in the game, because Ayuk normally he's an outside receiver. I was just
gonna say
because he's more of an X than a Y. Where I would say Debo's more of the Y. He's the best outside route running receiver in the game. Like, I don't care if it's his second year. The guy is unreal. The separation he freaking creates out of his breaks. And then we just have a tight end that can do absolutely everything. Yeah. So
I think Ayuk has a bigger game tomorrow for sure too.
Okay. So we all agree 49ers have
Ayuk just needs a quarterback who can throw with anticipation, and then he's going to be the best receiver in the league.
I mean, because you saw that route Jimmy threw to Ayuk.
Dude, he's wide open after
it was
watch him. We should just gather some film and just watch Ayuk on his breaks and how much separation he creates, and how many times he's open. Jimmy just doesn't see the whole field. So if you're only Jimmy who's only seeing half the field, if Ayuk's on the other side of the field, he's not going to see him when he's wide the fuck open.
Offensive line, there's no question, we win.
We might have one of the best.
Wait, so let me ask you.
Best left. We have the best left side in the whole game.
But let me ask you this: do we see Tom Compton have a good game again, like he did last week?
Questionable. Because you're going up against some hogs. We go. Once we get to the defensive players, I'll tell you their stats. This is not a good.
Yeah,
it's not a good look. Not Tom Compton and Daniel Brunskill, or as they say on nitty gritty Niners, Daniel Bunskill. Yeah, Mike Vrabel's
going to attack him.
He's a defensive genius. Stupid. He's not stupid by far. He's going to be smart. He's a defensive genius. When we flip to the defensive side of the ball, this is where it gets a little confusing. And the reason that I state that is because we have two good defenses. Here's the issue. I feel like the defenses are close. From a safety standpoint, what do you guys think? You think Tartan Ward are better than Kevin Byard? And
when Ward and Tart are healthy, they're fantastic. They're good in coverage. They knock the shit out of you when you come over the middle. They can come up and stuff the run. When Tartan,
Kevin Byard and Amani Hooker,
dude,
those are the safeties.
When Tart and Ward are actually healthy, they're two of the best safeties in the game, especially together when they're on the field at the same time. What was it, Ward or Tart who freaking stuffed? It looked like Matt Ryan was going to score, and he just stood him straight up. Tart.
That was Tart. Yeah,
dude. Here's your team stats right here. Compare the two.
Yeah. There you go, man.
Pretty even.
A little bit hard there, man. A little hard. We got a lot.
I'd give us the edge.
Let's see here. We don't
have any corners.
We scored just what? We scored 1 point more per game. We allow about the same amount of points. We allow a little more yardage than they do, but not by much.
Yeah, but we give up more yards and then we get really tough in the red zone more than any other defense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're not easy.
Yeah, the numbers are very even. Very even.
We're not easy to score touchdowns against in the red zone.
Mm-hmm.
We'll give up all the yards, and then we keep every single game is close that we've been in because we don't give up touchdowns.
Yeah. Now
that's why none of our games have been blowouts, really, because
here's a wild stat for you guys. The Tennessee Titans as a team currently have 71 passes defensed. That's ridiculous. 71 passes. That means they are knocking the ball down at a very high rate. And the main culprits are Kevin Byard. He is their leading passes defense guy. He has 13 passes defense, 5 interceptions, a sack, and a TFL.
Put him up against Kittle. Let's see what happens.
And he's their leading tackler. The next guy on the list,
Debo will run right through his ass.
Jeffrey Simmons, the defensive tackle, 7.5 sacks, 6 passes defensed. Then you go down to Danico Autry, 7 sacks, 5 passes defense. So when you're looking at it, and then you got the other guy that has it, Christian Foley. He's a defensive back. He's got 11 passes defense and 2 INTs. So what that tells me is the defensive line, the linebackers, and the all know when to get their hands up, and they all are very good at knocking the goddamn ball down.
Can any of them? None of them can cover Kittle up. So
it's not even about. But I mean, if you don't have to cover him, you just got to have the ball down.
Yeah, but normally we get the ball out really quick. And Kyle's whole offense is just throw it to who's wide open anyway. So not really. That's good in a certain offenses, but against our offense, when we're all about getting the ball out quickly and getting it to the open receiver who's not even covered because it's schemed that way.
Yeah.
Good luck knocking balls down.
Yeah, but the thing that scares me is the defensive line getting their hands up. Jimmy's really susceptible to that. And there are times where when they get their hands up, they'll knock those joints down.
Cost us the game against Seattle. That was a touchdown.
Yeah.
Sherfield was wide the fuck open too.
So safeties, we say that the Niners. DBs, I'm going to give it to the Titans.
Yeah.
We all know our DBs is a suspect. Yeah. Every time it's been getting baked for the last 2 games.
I mean,
Josh Norman,
Norman's just a body out there.
He's progressing.
He can help in the run game. He can help in the run game, but he's a
but the thing is, but he ain't forced to fumble in a minute. So Josh Norman needs to start punching out the ball again before he becomes relevant. So
he needs to drink some peanut juice.
Linebackers.
Well, when we're healthy, us.
What is going on tonight?
I don't know why, but these weirdos are in the building, man.
Yeah, they are. I don't understand.
All I can say when they're healthy, us, all 3 of them.
Okay. Right now they're not, and we got a game time decision. So I had to go with the Titans linebackers.
Yeah, because we're not healthy, I guess. But when we're healthy, dude, Al-Shaair could be a starting middle linebacker for any team in the NFL right now.
Al-Shaair is just
he's a fucking monster.
I can't believe how good he's been so far, man.
Nobody would have thought he would have taken over for Fred Warner when Fred Warner was hurt, and then it didn't even look like we missed a beat at the middle linebacker spot. That's how good he was.
Mm-hmm.
Now, defensive line.
Oh, that's Niners. They blowed them out of the water.
That's not even a question.
That's not even a question.
You just circle the bear and say it's over.
That man said it's not even a question. So let's take a look at it. For us as a team, we currently have 36 sacks. And for the Tennessee Titans as a team, they currently have 35. So they're not too far off. They're not too far off, man.
How many holding penalties have been called against their defensive line? And how many have not been called against our defensive line? And how many holdings
are on Nick Bosa?
That needs to be factored in.
Well, we can't factor that in because the statistics
only those freaking analytic guys.
Only going to be what we have. I'll tell you right now. There's 3 people that I named that you need to be concerned with on the defense for Tennessee. Now, I'm going to remind you, Harold Landry III, that man has 11 sacks. Jeffrey Simmons has 7.5. Danico Autry has 7. So those are the guys that we need to be concerned with as far as the defense goes, because those are the dudes out there giving them most of that sack production.
I mean, that's fair, but we were worried about that against the Rams because of how all the sacks they had on their defensive line, and look how that went.
Nobody was worried about the Rams. We were never worried about the Rams because
when we were talking about the Rams and all the sacks that they had and stuff.
That Daniel Brunskill turns into the best right guard in the goddamn league whenever we play the Rams, and then every other game he's mediocre or we possibly just doesn't get beat or used like a fucking turnstile.
He should be the right tackle, dude. He'd be unstoppable.
True, he was better at that. Okay, so we've covered the offense. We've covered the defense. We give ourselves the edge because we got the smaller bear. And I don't know if you guys saw this. If you guys watch Colin Cowherd every now and then?
Yeah, sometimes. I saw like that Cowherd. One video.
So Cowherd, he is just fawning over Jimmy Garoppolo. And I think
he's a prototypical quarterback.
No. You're not understanding where I'm going. He's fawning over Jimmy because he thinks Jimmy's fine. He thinks Jimmy's attractive. And that's why Jimmy wins. Partially.
But he's doing that. He's doing that for his. He's doing that for his lady fans, man.
Well, what I'm saying is, he was just saying, since high school, Jimmy's probably been the best looking quarterback and blah blah blah, and this and the third. I'm like, okay, look, I guess, man, if that's
Jimmy
what
probably gets a lot of passes with.
To say that the dude is a winner, then what the fuck ever, bro.
I mean, he was with a stripper for crying out loud.
No, that was a stripper. That was a porno star.
Or porn star, I mean.
Yeah, which is gross.
That's when Stephen A went on the rant calling him porn star Jimmy.
Porn star Jimmy.
But I'll say this. Jimmy is smart at not fucking it up for right now. We know that there are sometimes we're going to have good Jimmy and we know there's sometimes we're going to have bad.
If we can get no turnover, Jimmy, it's going to be history.
Bad Jimmy shows up, Kyle runs the ball because he says, I don't have the quarterback that I can trust because he's fucking it up. Look at what happened in the Vikings game. Tevin Coleman went the fuck off. Why? Because Raheem Mostert didn't have the hot hand that game. Look at what happened versus the
Green Bay
Packers in the playoffs. Raheem ran us to the fucking Super Bowl.
Raheem had one of the best playoff games a running backs ever had.
I miss that guy, man.
So you got to think about it, man. Like I heard him, man, and he's just, Jimmy's just an attractive guy. He just looks so good. I'm like, bro, like, don't stand up right now because you got a Woody. I know you do. You sitting there with Joy Taylor with her beautiful self. I love me some Joy Taylor. Good guy. I do. He's sitting there with Joy Taylor. Joy looking at him like, damn, I don't even fawn over dudes like that. Calm down here, Colin. Like, you doing the most there, buddy.
She's fawned over Jimmy, though, too.
No, really?
I think I've seen. Maybe I'm wrong. I could have sworn I watched a show where she was talking.
Nah, I've never. Hey, I watch a lot of it. I've never seen her really.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Over him.
But I mean, to be fair, Jimmy's like the most attractive quarterback in the NFL.
I guess you could say, but from
according to my wife,
from a societal consensus, probably so.
According to my wife, the only person more attracted than him is Christian McCaffrey. But everybody else takes Jimmy, and then my wife told me she prefers McCaffrey.
Yeah, my woman is a Captain America guy, so what are the odds? I don't really have the option here. If Captain America walks through the door, I might as well just walk the fuck out. Pack my shit.
Which one? Steve Rod or freaking what's his name? The actor?
Yeah, Chris Evans.
Yeah, I hate that guy. I won't say why. I'll keep that to myself.
Okay. All right.
Because it could get some people pissy, but.
Oh, on a side note, man. Let's take a small moment of silence. We lost another football player today. Unfortunately, Vincent Jackson has passed away. Looks like it was alcohol abuse, man. So rest in peace to Vincent Jackson, to his family out there, man. We praying for you.
I thought he passed away months ago.
I just got a notice on my phone today that said that he passed away today.
What?
Unless there's another Vincent. I thought that he did pass, but I got a notice today that said Vincent Jackson had passed. Let me check my Twitter because I posted it up.
He passed in February.
Really? Then why would they put that up now? Why did I get that?
I think they said they figured out what he died
from.
from.
They figured out what it was. It was chronic alcohol abuse. Okay, so I apologize. Chronic alcohol abuse.
The guy.
Now the issue. They're probably doing, the autopsy thing and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's fair, dude.
Yeah, autopsy came today. Yeah. Yes.
Probably
sad, man. Sad.
He had a hard time with life after football is what I would assume.
A lot of people do.
Instead of getting help, he just drank his pain away.
And I don't. And there's one person out there that I'm always praying for. That this doesn't happen to him, and it's Alden Smith. I'm really scared for that young man because he has a real issue with alcohol, man.
He was my favorite.
So much talent, man, and
I was crushed. I was crushed when we kicked him off the team.
Yeah, people, we got to remember out there, man, your mental health is very important. If you need help, you need to say something. Oh, it also said he had stage 2 CTE.
Oh yeah, dude. He had a lot of concussions throughout his career.
And the hard part about that is, man, you can't diagnose that until, unfortunately, you pass.
Dead, yeah.
You have to examine the brain, and it's not like nobody's going to get a half-ass lobotomy to see if they're good or they're not, and then get your skull put back together to get back out there and live life again. So yeah, it's definitely very, I'm sorry about the mishap with the situation, but the autopsy came out. But either way, man, it makes you worry, man, for the mental health of people, and then what these guys go through and how they struggle out of life after football because, you can, live in a certain place, man, and people recognize you, they know who you are, and they love you for what you do. But when that love goes away, what do you do without it?
The problem is too is even especially in sports, it still has a negative stigma to talk about your mental health. I mean, perfect example: Skip Bayless's fucking bitch ass fucking talking negatively on Dak Prescott after he talked about his mental health after losing his brother, who killed himself dealing with mental health. Oh man, I wanted to strangle that guy.
Well,
he's the reason. He's the reason people don't speak out, and the reason people end up killing themselves because they end up trying to seek help.
The same thing with Solomon Thomas after he lost his sister.
Yeah. And the beauty of our team is that, John came and said, "Hey, man, if you need help, let us know. We'll help you out. We'll get somebody that will talk to you and help you work through it because you got to, man, especially in those moments, man. When I lost my pops, bro,
it's rough, man.
It's a rough world out there, so you gotta make sure that you talk to somebody, man. If y'all are out there and y'all are watching this show, if you need that help, man, if you need to talk to someone, talk to someone. Don't shun the people that are trying to help you, man. You don't live in this world alone. You are never alone. If you're a religious person and you're a faith-based person, you got God. But at the end of the day, man, there are other human beings that are going through some shit too. Maybe you and another person is going through some shit, can help each other out. Don't hide it, don't run from it, and don't let drugs or alcohol be your vice to be able to cope with it because it's just going to lead you, unfortunately, into an early casket. You're going to be gone before your time is up, And Alden Smith, I pray that he gets help for his alcoholism because, hell, man, when the dude was even on the Cowboys, he still had 5 sacks.
Yeah.
And he was a rotational piece. So, I mean, the talent is still there. And look at Josh Gordon. He can't stop smoking weed to save his life. But he gets chance after chance after chance after chance. And is he still playing for the Chiefs?
Yep. He had a touchdown last week.
Yeah, he did.
Would you look at that?
But yeah, it's sad because they think it makes you look weak. Like what pissed me off the most about what Skip said is that by Dak doing that, it makes him not be a leader, and he's supposed to be the leader because he's the quarterback. It's like, motherfucker, coming out and talking about that stuff that's hard to talk about makes you a leader.
Yeah, see, I watch I Am Athlete, and Brandon Marshall is a champion for mental health, and he came out and talked about it because his career
personality. disorder.
Yeah, his career, he had a lot of issues. But either way, people, you out there, you need help, say something.
Definitely.
And that's definitely what what I've said. And if it doesn't matter who you talk to, man, you gotta talk to someone. You gotta try, you gotta get it out. Sometimes just venting your frustrations will help you, but do not hold that in, man, especially allowing it to do. But keep to the game. Real quick, go ahead.
Just real quick, Lincoln actually tweeted this out a couple minutes ago. He said, "Hey, Faithful, just wanted to say thank you so much for voting for me for the Pro Bowl. Y'all definitely showed your boy some love. I'm disappointed that this wasn't finally my year, but grateful to be an alternate. I'll just keep doing my job as always."
Yes, sir.
He's been locked down with Williams all year.
Yep.
Yeah, it sounds like everyone a little bit, Christian.
Yeah, it's from when he had that thing up.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
So we're gonna be ending pretty soon here. Let's go ahead and get some predictions for tomorrow's game. What are you guys thinking? Christian, go ahead and start first.
Well, at first I was thinking I was going to pick us to lose because I feel like it's a trap game and it's a Thursday night game, which you always have to be worried about with these Thursday night games. So I was originally, but now that we've talked about it, and I thought I'm going to go 24-14 Niners.
Okay. Deon?
I'm going to take it up a notch. We're going to go 30-13 49ers. Remember that magic number. They scored 13. They lose.
Hey, didn't we just win 30-13 last week?
31-13.
31-13.
31-13, okay.
Okay. I'm going to go 34-10.
Okay.
I like that. Okay.
I like that.
And
I want a nice relaxed game like we had last week. So.
Yeah, I think Debo rushes for 2 touchdowns.
Okay. I think he finally breaks. I think he breaks out again for 100 yards.
I think Nick Bosa has 2 to 3 sacks.
Oh man, he needs those.
I'm gonna say 2 to 3 sacks and a forced fumble.
I like it. I was
gonna say Debo might have 100 yards receiving, but thinking about how their defense is, I should probably say that Kittle's gonna break 1,000 yards in this game with 170 yards receiving.
So Kittle needs
150.
150?
Mm-hmm. Pretty sure.
Let me double check real quick. Yes, you are correct.
I think he gets it. Yards. I think he gets the ball the most on the passing game tomorrow.
Hey, we got some nice bold predictions here. 24-13. Joey. Our D-line going to eat. Titans left side banged up and right tackle's giving up 11 sacks this season. Let's go.
Okay, yeah.
I feel it.
That's what I'm talking about, Joey.
DJ Jones gonna get some then too, huh?
Oh, dude, DJ Jones is going to eat tomorrow.
Hey,
Key Jones and Bosa.
It has been a godsend. Eric Armstead and DJ Jones in the middle. Don't come up the middle. You don't come up the middle. Don't run towards those two massive human beings. Because DJ Jones, a.k.a. Mo's Nose Doppelganger,
good,
and Eric Armstead, a.k.a. the Quiet Assassin, you know what I'm saying, from Sacktown, from Sacramento. He always giving back to you. You got to love him. Walker Payton, man, here. You do not come up the middle. We will smash you in the mouth.
Dude, he single-handedly took out Cook with a guy all over him.
In the words of Mutombo, no.
Remember though, Armstead took out Dalvin Cook all by himself with a guy draped all over him.
So
that guy's shoulder popped somehow.
I'm gonna say AA gets a sack too.
Okay, Eric Armstead. Yeah, we want to see you rub that belly, Eric Armstead.
Mm-hmm.
We want to see you be hungry.
Mm-hmm.
DJ Jones, second in run stop percentage. He is a monster versus the run.
Yep.
That's what's going to – I think these type of things that we're talking about now, they're really going to show in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Our ability to stop the run is going to help a lot because teams want to run the ball in the playoffs. And if you can't run against us and you got to pass the whole time, that's just going to play into our favor because we're like, okay, good. We're going to run the ball and then good luck getting enough chances.
Very much so.
Yep. All right. I think that's gonna do it for us. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Hit that bell to turn on your notifications to know when we go live next. Go ahead and go over to Niner Gang Podcast. Hit that subscribe button, and follow us on Twitter. Our handles are right here below us. And we'll see you guys tomorrow night after the game.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.